So I think it's pretty fair to say CJI 2 was not as exciting as CJI 1, and here's some ways I think we could fix that. So sticking with the team format, can we just admit that sub-only sucks already? Have you ever seen a sub-only event where the matches were exciting before the overtime round started or the regulation round ended? Usually, if you think about like WNO, FPI, EBI, ADCC, CJI 2 now, the matches usually suck until the regulation period ends, because now there's points involved and there's an incentive for the people to keep the pace high and actually win the round. One of the primary reasons that CJI 1 was exciting was because we had the 10-9 must system in play that the UFC and boxing use. And the individual rounds make each round like an individual fight. The points, the 10-9 system actually incentivizes the athletes to try to win the round. And contrary to popular belief, the submission is not the most exciting part of jiu-jitsu. Watch what is now considered the greatest no-gi match by most people, Andrew Tackett, Kid Rutillo. There was no submission in that match. But what made the match so exciting was that both guys were scrambling and attacking for the dominant position. That's what people want to see. Even some of the best grappling-heavy MMA fights, like Arman Tsarukyan versus Mateusz Gamrot versus Beneil Dariush, Diego Sanchez versus Karo Parisian. These matches didn't have submissions, but they were constantly scrambling for dominant position. That's what people want to see. And if those scrambles end in a submission, that's even better. I'm not saying the submission's bad. It's just not the most exciting thing. The most exciting thing is the scrap for the dominant position. And when you have sub only, there's just not really an incentive to do that. They're just going to be spamming submissions. That's just not usually very fun to watch. So bring back the 10-9 system. Let's do 3-minute rounds for the teams with a 10-9 system in play. The shorter rounds incentivize higher action. Higher action also leads to more openings for the submission, so everybody wins. And as far as quintet goes, I think it's pretty cool, but let's do 5 weight classes for each team. And then each guy faces each other in that weight class to decide who wins. And then to even up the incentive for the submission, you can add team points based on how they win. So if your guy wins by submission, your team now gets, let's say, like 5 points. If they win by unanimous judges' decision, they get like 3 points. If they win by close split decision, they only get like 1 or 2 points. And if you haven't noticed, this is pretty similar to how a wrestling duel does it. And I think kind of taking that from wrestling and adding it to jiu-jitsu could amplify the action and excitement for everybody. And you can still add the 50K submission bonus on top, but I think these other things are probably going to lead to better action. That's just my opinion, and I have no way to prove that. Let me know what you guys think.